Hi guys, I'm Marissa and I'm here with my twin daughters Alexis and Desiree.
Hi.
You may know us from our YouTube channel RissRoseDos, but today we're very excited to be here with Cool School reading our favorite story, Cinderella. Are you girls ready to read this one?
Yeah.
Okay, let's get started. Once upon a time, there was a happy young girl named Cynthia. You may have heard of her. Lots of people call her by her nickname, Cinderella. She lived with her dad and their pet pig, Millie. Their life was perfect until her dad married a mean lady, who we'll just refer to as the evil stepmother. And to make matters worse, she had two mean daughters. And to make matters even worser, she and her two mean daughters moved into Cynthia's house. Then, as if that wasn't bad enough, Cynthia's father had to travel and go far away for a while. But he thought Cynthia would be fine with her new family. He was wrong. Cynthia's stepmother and stepsisters weren't nice to Cynthia at all. They made Cynthia do all the chores, they wouldn't let her DVR any of her favorite shows, and they made poor Millie live outside even though she was potty trained. Okay, she could get a little muddy, but still, Millie was like family. And instead of Millie, they let their big mean dog, Vader, live in the house. They made her clean up after Vader too, who, by the way, wasn't potty trained. They even changed Cynthia's name. They called her Cinderella and ignored her every time she told them it was Cynthia. One day, Cinderella was busy scraping off the wads of bubble gum that the stepsisters had stuck underneath the coffee table when a very handsome dude came by. He was new to the neighborhood and wanted to invite all the local kids to a huge party his dad was throwing. He gave Cinderella the formal invitation and went on his way. She was putting the invite on the fridge when she saw the address and realized,
He lives at El Castillo? The castle? Whoa, that dude's the prince.
seriously kids, the boy was actually a real prince. I mean, Cinderella's dad called her Princesa sometimes, which means princess in Spanish, but this was no nickname. The boy is royalty. Cinderella daydreamed about what she would wear to the party. She danced around the living room and practiced doing a curtsy.
No, I think Cinderella would dance like this. No, Cinderella danced like this.
Wow, good moves, girls. Well, let's just see what happens next. When the evil stepmother and the stepsisters came home, they snatched the invitation away and laughed when Cinderella asked when they could go shopping for a new party outfit. You? Do you really think you're going?
Get real. You have to stay here.
Yes, I need you to clean all our bedrooms and bathrooms. That will take you all night, I'm sure.
I can clean them now. Please let me go, please.
You can't clean them now. You need to get our dresses ready for the party. We'll need everything washed and ironed exactly 3 times. No wrinkles.
And we need you to paint our toenails.
Ew, gross.
Just for that, you're gonna have to paint Vader's toenails too. He needs to look nice for the party.
Wow, their big, slobbery dog could go and Cinderella couldn't? Life was seriously unfair. The big night came and Cinderella held back her tears as she washed and ironed their dresses, curled and brushed their hair, and painted their toes. She watched them leave, and then she cried. She cried and cried and cried, and then she cried some more. Just then, a fairy appeared out of thin air.
Who are you?
I'm Madrina, your fairy godmother. I'm here to cheer you up and get you to that party. You wanna go, right?
Yes, please.
Okay, you like this dress? Or maybe this one? Or maybe this one? Yes, perfect! Okay, now let's change that hot mess you call hair. There you go, much better. And shoes. Okay, let's get a pumpkin and turn it into a lovely carriage, and you'll need a horse.
A horse? I could just call a taxi.
Nonsense! What's better than arriving at a prince's party in a beautiful horse-drawn carriage? Oh, don't worry, she'll turn back at midnight. Which reminds me, don't stay out past midnight.
Okay.
I'm serious. Everything turns back to normal at midnight. Don't be late. Now, off you go. You're going to have the time of your life.
Madrina, the fairy godmother, was right. Cinderella had the best time. She danced and sang and played games. Later, she was just chilling out by the ice cream sundae station when the super cute prince came over and asked her to dance. They danced for a long time and everyone wondered who the beautiful young princessa was. Just as the prince was twirling Cinderella around and around, the clock began to strike midnight. Cinderella panicked and twirled right out of the ballroom. She felt super dizzy and everything was changing back so fast. She saw the horse turn back into Millie and the carriage became a pumpkin. The prince was running out after her, and then her dress began to change. She made a run for it, but just as her shoes were changing back into sneakers, one of them slipped off, and she had no choice but to leave it. The prince picked up her shoe and examined it.
She might look like a princess, but her shoe smells like my little brother.
It was like she had disappeared. He was bitten by the love bug, kids, and he was determined to find her. The next day, he visited every house around. He would ring the doorbell, hold up the old, worn-out sneaker, and ask the girls,
"Excuse me, is this your shoe?"
Every girl reacted pretty much the same.
Do you think I'd wear that? No way, that shoe stinks.
Then at Cinderella's house. Ugh, grody, I would never wear a shoe like that.
I wouldn't even let my dog wear that shoe.
Cinderella was just taking out the garbage when the prince looked at her and thought,
Could it be? No, that girl was surely a princess. Hey, you're only wearing one sneaker, and it's just like this sneaker. My princesa.
Hello, Prince.
He knelt down and put her sneaker back on her foot and said,
I'd be honored if you would join me on a date this weekend. I've always wanted to play mini golf.
The evil stepmother and the two evil stepsisters seriously freaked. Even Vader was shocked. And here's the best part. When her father came home from his trip, he really liked the prince, and when they grew up, they got married, and Cinderella and the prince lived happily ever after. Excuse me, I mean Cynthia. Cynthia and the prince lived happily ever after. The end. So what do we think about the Cinderella story?
My dancing was the best part.
Yeah, it was.
It was awesome.
Cool. Click right over there to see the whole Story Circle playlist here at Cool School, and don't forget to subscribe. Bye.
Today we will be reading Hansel and Gretel for you here on Story Circle at Cool School. Hansel and Gretel began to roam the woods looking for their way home. It was then that they saw a house made of gingerbread and candy. Could it be true? They ran up and started taking bites of the house. It was true, and it was delicious. Just as Gretel was about to lick the frosting off the windowsill, a mean old witch popped her head out the window.
Oh, no, you don't.
Sorry, we're just so hungry.
Well, why didn't you say so? Come in, come in. I'll feed you and fatten you up.